All right, Team Impact. We have kind of a unique situation I mentioned to you before. We're going to actually combine lessons 4 and lessons 5 together because it's very similar. I'm actually going to start on the second page of this 4 and talk about what a reciprocal is. Okay, because when we divide fractions or whole numbers or mixed numbers, we have to reciprocate, and that's a special word. So, anyway, I like to do 3 to 8 first, and then I'm going to kind of jump around here and not spend too much time on 4, but a little bit more on 5. But anyway, to reciprocate a fraction is just to flip it. The reciprocal of 1/4 is 4 over 1. The reciprocal of 6/13, 13/6 is 6/13. The reciprocal of 8/3 is 3/8. Don't put equals because they are not equal. They are the reciprocal. The reciprocal is just to flip the second fraction. The reciprocal of 9/3 is 3/9. The reciprocal of 7. So when I just have a whole number, I take it and put it over 1. The reciprocal is 1/7. The reciprocal of 8, 8 over 1 is 1/8. So again, to reciprocate just means to flip a fraction. Okay, so now we talked about multiplying on Tuesday. And essentially, when we divide a fraction and a whole number, okay, we're going to multiply it, but we have to do one extra step. We have to reciprocate the second fraction. So let's take a look at this. The first thing I do is read the problem, 3/4 divided by 2 over 1. And what I'm going to do is rewrite the problem. 3/4, change the sign to multiplication, and I'm going to reciprocate the second fraction. So dividing two fractions, I put it in fraction form, is the same as multiplying the reciprocal. At this point, I can look to factor, right? And there's nothing to factor. So 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 2 is 8. 3/8. Next problem, 3 over 1. Rewrite. Change the sign to multiplication and flip the second fraction. 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 3 is 15, and that is in lowest terms because there was nothing to factor, so there wasn't. Okay. Number 11 is a little bit unique. We have a mixed number, and just like when we multiplied, we have to get that to an improper fraction. So I'm going to put this over 1 and rewrite. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, multiply and add. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11. So 11/4, change the sign, and reciprocate. So all I did was multiply and add. So 2 and 3/4 is equal to 11/4. 11 times 1 is 11, and 4 times 5 is 20. And we circled that final answer. So we've multiplied down here, but the original problem was division. We reviewed the reciprocal here. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next lesson, which is lesson 5, which is essentially the same thing. Okay, it's essentially the same. So we'll do a few problems here, and then you can jump into the homework. But anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is put that over 1, and I'm going to rewrite 3 over 1. I'm going to change the sign, and I'm going to reciprocate the second fraction. You always flip the second fraction. At this point, I'm looking for a top to bottom. There's nothing there. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 times 5 is 5. And we need to switch that back to a mixed number. 5 goes into 1. No. 5 into 18 3 times. That is 15. Subtract and get 3. 3 is my numerator, and my denominator doesn't change. Next up is number 2. Take 4, put it over 1, and rewrite. 4 over 1, change the sign, and flip the second fraction. That's reciprocating. Now, at this point, I see a factoring. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into that twice. I have nothing but 1s on the bottom. I know I'm done. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 over 1 equals 6. Let's try that again down here. Over 1, rewrite. 3 over 1 times 5 over 1. Well, I have ones on the bottom. This is an easy problem. 3 times 5 is 15 over 1, which is 15. Okay. Over 1. 2 over 1. Change the sign and reciprocate the second fraction. Same number top and bottom. We factor out 5 over 1, which equals 5. So again, more of the same. We always change the sign to multiplication and we flip the second fraction. And let's take a look at a couple problems back here. And then that will be it, right? Okay, so 6 1/4 divided by 3/4. Put it over 1 and rewrite. Change the sign and reciprocate. Factor out of 3. I'm going to sneeze here in a second. Excuse me. Sorry about that. 8. 1 times 1 is 1. Oops, my pencil broke. And 8 over 1 is equal to 8. Last one, over 1. 4 over 1, change the sign and reciprocate. Factor out a 2. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 times 3 is 3. And then all I do is divide. Why? Because it's an improper. Top number's bigger than the bottom. 3 times 4 is 12. Get 2. 2 is my numerator, and my denominator doesn't change. So that was lessons 3 and, 4 and 5. I just wanted to combine those. And you're going to do lesson 5 homework, which is in the folder. All right, guys, have a good day.